I can't believe I'm finally saying this. Hello, class. My name is Mr. Hawley, and I'll be your professor for this Let's Play of Final Fantasy X. A game that, well, in a franchise full of true classics, manages to stand out with some of the best moments in the whole franchise. Final Fantasy X is a fantastic starting point as well in the series if you have an interest, but you're not sure where to begin. Well, let me strongly suggest this one. It beautifully bridges the gap between the story writing of the 90s while having some of the most incredible and groundbreaking visuals of the newer titles. And also is the first game in the series with voice acting, which kind of helps with making it feel more modern. Well, mostly, I'd say. The voice acting is something that a lot of people have picked on, but honestly, I find it extremely charming. What else is charming? Well, the soundtrack. The soundtrack, in my opinion, is the best of the whole series. It has songs I've listened to pretty much daily. Like, I am obsessed with it. And also a combat system that is pretty deep, that allows you to keep coming back and figure out new ways of doing things, but is also beginner friendly. So if you're a newcomer who hasn't really dived too much into JRPGs, well, you're not going to get lost. It's not going to be overly confusing. Now, for many of you that are here to just relive the game or maybe to learn a new thing or two, well, this should be a series for you as well. No matter how many times I've played through this game, I have always found a new fact or a new way of dealing with a fiend or maybe even an item in an area that I never knew existed. Honestly, I love that. This game has unfolded itself many times over probably the dozen times I've played through it. And this should be a fairly comprehensive guide for anyone who's just looking to, re-experience this game to its fullest. The last time I played this game was last year with my wife, and honestly, the amount of fun that we had is what sparked this whole idea to begin with. We had so much fun just laughing and carrying on with this game that I really just wanted to share it with anybody. I'm sure a lot of you out there have played this game so many times, and it's a great community. Final Fantasy is something truly special, and I got a lot more to say, but you know what? I'll save it for a little bit later. Let's go ahead and hit new game. Here we go. And since we're playing the HD remaster version, we immediately get to have our first option. There are two different level up systems in the HD remaster version. The first is going to be standard sphere grid. This is going to be how the game was originally intended and the way it was released on the PlayStation 2 back in 2001. If you've ever played a JRPG before, it's pretty straightforward. There are characters that have classes, and you go and learn those abilities. Each character is pretty unique in the way that they are kind of leveling up, learning new moves, skill sets, the stats that they are specialized in. This is like that. This is definitely the best option if this is the first time you're playing the game. However, the other mode that got added with the newer releases is the Expert Sphere Grid. This starts your characters in a pretty neutral spot, and you can level up as you please. It's very cool, allows for some very dynamic choices, and honestly, if you're looking for a unique spin on the game, this is it. It's awesome, but for this, I am looking to make it beginner friendly as well as comprehensive, so we're definitely going to go with the standard sphere grid, but don't be afraid to try the expert. We're going to go ahead and select that, and then we have a second option, the soundtrack. We can do the brand new soundtrack that was made just for this version of the game, or we can also go back to the original. And I haven't put much thought into this actually, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the arrange. Let's go ahead and have a little bit of the old and a little bit of the new. Can't believe I get to say this, but class is now in session.
listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
Before I even take my first step, the music. The opening track, of course, is iconic, but also this prelude is unlike any other in the whole series. It is unbelievable. It matches the tone of this city so well. I love it. Who are we gonna talk to first? Let's start with the ladies.
Can I have your autograph?
Of course.
Alrighty, our first point of contention with this game. How to pronounce the protagonist's name. There are so many people who fight about this and argue about this, and there's a pretty common consensus, which is that his name is pronounced Tidus. In a lot of Final Fantasy games going forward, when there's voice acting and his name is pronounced, that's how they say it, Tidus. It comes from Tida, which is the sun. But since we didn't know how it was supposed to be pronounced, everyone pronounced it Tidus, which is like the water. It's kind of interesting because water is way more associated with him. I mean, some parts of his characters definitely have like a sun influence, but I don't know, I think water. It doesn't matter though. That's all semantics. However you want to say it, go ahead and say it. For the sake of the Let's Play, and I have a slight lisp, I'm going to pronounce it Tidus. Tidus just doesn't sound great with my voice. So yeah, I'll be calling him Tidus throughout this Let's Play. And I'll keep it consistent. I won't flip back and forth, so you don't have to worry about what am I saying here or there. I'll say Tidus. You can say it however you like.
Good luck tonight!
Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat?
He's blocking the front row! Fifth from the right!
Got it.
What Tidus says there has become such a vocal stim for me. Like, if I'm asked to do something for my wife, I'll be like, I'll do that, and if I do that, I'll, do this. I don't know, it's so silly, and it gets her every time, so I love it. Also, this is a perfect time to mention how I will be recording these videos. Is the way I like to watch Let's Plays usually, which is during cutscenes or characters talking, I won't be talking. This game is a massive RPG that really has a story to tell, so I'm gonna let the game do that, and I will do all my commentary in battling or, you know, during downtime, before or after cutscenes. You know, there's a lot of time for me to talk, but I just wanted to let you guys know that up front, so you're like, you know, why is he so quiet during that? That's the way I'm gonna be doing all Let's Plays.
No problem.
Please!
Alrighty.
Me too!
Take it easy.
Alrighty, who else wants my autograph? You in the back, come here.
Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
2, 3. Teach us how to blitz!
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after.
Maybe tonight, well,
You can't tonight.
I mean, tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jet, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jet all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa, didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jack Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that have won through to the finals are, of course, the Abes from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Abes. In just 1 year, he's become the team's #1 player. He's Jack's blood and the new hope of Blitzball. What kind of super play will he show us today? Will we see his father's legendary shot? I don't think I'm the only one excited here, folks.
Make way, make way! Coming through, sorry. Hey, I'm gonna be late. Hey, let go of me.
Man, that scene is so punk rock. Also, coming off the PS1 and this being one of the first PS2 games, those visuals are insane. They're still insane to this day. Absolutely incredible, and that music gets you pumped. I remember when I was young, I always wanted to be a blitzball player. I would spend so many hours outside trying all their moves. It was insane.
Orin! What are you doing here?
I was waiting for you.
What are you talking about? Huh?
It begins.
What?
Don't cry.
What the? Huh? Hey, wait! Hey, not this way!
Look. We called it sin.
Sin?
Take it. A gift from Jack.
My old man?
I hope you know how to use it. These ones don't matter. We cut through.
Let's go. All right, Final Fantasy X is a turn-based RPG through and through. On the left here, we have our command window. On the top right, we have our turn order. And on the bottom right, we have our status bar, our HP and MP. And starting off, we're just going to go ahead and cut right through like Orin told us to do on these sin scales. And while we do that, I do want to make a quick note about that scene that we just watched when Titus takes a step backwards and it enters into the higher fidelity scene. My PS2 copy could not render it. For over hundreds of hours I played this game, I just wore down the disc so much that I could not ever get it to load past. So he would take a step back, and then since it wouldn't register the scene, it would just show you what happens behind the scenes, which is Titus locks over onto Orin's model. It was crazy, and I tried all those old 2000 tricks and tips on how to fix discs. Never worked, actually. So I still have that copy to this day, and honestly doesn't go much farther than that. Also, I wanted to make a note here on one other thing.
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
There's a couple things that you can actually do here. I don't really recommend it fully for a first-time playthrough. But if you know what you're doing, these sin scales behind us infinitely respawn. So it's very useful. I'm going to give a little bit more of those tips here in a second. There's actually a tutorial coming up that I'd rather explain, and then I'm going to get into some cool little tricks for those of us who have played the game multiple times.
Some can't wait to die.
Overdrives. When a character's overdrive gauge beneath the HP MP display is full, that character may use a special unique attack once. Press left in the command window to use an overdrive. Alright, Orin has his filled here for the tutorial. Bushido, using it, does damage to all enemies with Dragon Fang. For Orin, he's going to give us a couple button prompts that we will do as fast as possible. The faster you do it, the more damage is dealt. And this is actually our first boss, the Sin Spawn Ahmet. A very tutorial boss, straightforward. He will always attack with Demi, which in this game is going to always do 25% of your health. It's essentially the gravity of the game. And that filled up Titus's overdrive, which is swordplay, and the one that we have currently is Spiral Cut. For this, it's a timing minigame where you just want to time it right in that center bar. The faster you do it, the more damage that will be dealt. But as I said, this is a tutorial boss. He cannot kill you because Demi is his only move, and it's always a percentage of your current health. So nothing to worry about here. You can just keep using attack. Very straightforward. I will also mention, if you watch as he does Demi, the little yellow bars that indicate the overdrive have went up. Currently, that is how we get more of our overdrive, but there are other modes, and I'm going to take just a second here to comment on the first sin scales that you fight actually never hit you. So there's some cool techniques you can do to build up overdrive modes immediately. And the one I really recommend is Loner. The way you do this is using Titus and Orin. You kill Orin off, and then you just use triangle, which is the shield button, to make 60 turns go past. And you'll learn Loner, which is at the start of every turn that your character has no other party members beside them, they will fill up the gauge by 16%. It is incredible, especially early game. But that's it. Oh, nope, never mind. Those tentacles, as they disappear, that tells you basically how much health they have left. And somehow I didn't kill off that, but that flash was a crit. Crit is gonna do more damage, of course. Crits are the same in most RPGs. Very straightforward and easy boss battle. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and rush through all these sin scales and hit this sphere here. The Traveler Sphere, Save Sphere level 1 stores a record of your travels. Also fully restores your party's HP and MP. Even if you don't want to save, always click on this because it will refill your HP and MP. Alrighty, now we get to continue on following Orin.
What are you laughing at, old man? Orin, let's get out of here.
We aren't expected.
Huh? Give me a break, man.
Alrighty. We're just going to start cutting through these. And in this battle here, if you ever see any of the sin scales that start to flicker, target those ones. They'll do a move that does a bit more damage, and you just, it's not a thing to worry about. This is still very tutorial, but it's for the best just to focus on those ones. Taking less damage is, of course, good.
This could be bad. That! Knock it down.
What?
Trust me, you'll see.
This is our first instance of environmental interactions. One of the cool things that this game adds is a good bit of it, actually, of changing the environment or using the environment to help in combat. In this case, it's necessary. In a lot of cases, it's really not. There's just little things you can do that makes battles easier or kind of changes the method of how you want to do a battle. This one, though, is you have to do it. So we're just going to keep focused right on it. Spines is that stronger move. As you can see, it did 77 damage. Nothing to worry about here. Our characters have good health. And that's it.
This is it. This is your story. It all begins here. Hey! Hey!
My old man? I thought about a lot of things. Like where I was, what I got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy. I think I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore. Anybody there? Oren! Hey!
about quick recovery. To display the quick recovery menu, touch the touchscreen and drag right or select the icon that appears. I'm gonna go ahead and skip through this a little bit, but this is for the Switch version, which there's no particular reason why I chose this version. It's actually not even the best version to technically play, because the HD remaster has been re-released on a ton of consoles, and the best is the PC by far. It has the fast forward mode, the no encounter mode, a lot of cool things. The Switch, though, does have, exclusive to it, that quick recovery mode, but of course, while recording, I will never be playing in handheld, so it's not something I will be using, but just to have a note that there is a cool little quick recovery mechanic in this version only. The PC version is definitely the way to go, you know, as far as some of those other cheats that it gives you. Very nice. Also, for trophies or achievements, I will be having on, you know, little notifications on screen, because we will also cover how to get all those. Although there is no achievements in the Switch version, I like to cover those things as kind of a checklist. Something is written here.
What do we have here? Nope, can't read it.
Yeah, I wasn't even willing to try some of those words. But yeah, so I will be going over how to get all of the trophies. Honestly, for this game, most of them come naturally or by the guide basically I'm creating. We will go over it, but I will flash on screen when trophies would be collected. So also, if you come over here to the far left, we're going to have the introduction to Albed. Find the Albed primers to help you decipher their strange Albed language. And you can use previously saved data to sync, so you can have, if you found all the Albed primers in a previous game, you can understand them immediately. It's very cool. I don't have a previous save file to do that with. Plus, this is really a let's play for beginners as well. We obtained two potions, pretty good. But yeah, this is a let's play for beginners as well, so I'm gonna make it as beginner friendly. It's kind of like what your experience would be out of the box, you know? Alright, let's go ahead and hit up this save here. And also, the atmosphere and the music in this section is so different. I love how eerie it is and almost how lonely it makes you feel. It's so good. If we come over here, we'll get our next chest, which will be a high potion. Of course, slightly better than regular potions. And don't worry about potions. We will be getting so many. So many. Guys, this game has swimming. Of course, a game with a lot of water will also feature underwater battling. So cool, huh? But no, these enemies are also like the Sin Scales. They're very straightforward. We actually dodged both those. That's pretty impressive. Let's go ahead and chop two of them down. Oh man, ambush. Sometimes an enemy, honestly, he doesn't normally do that, but sometimes an enemy can ambush you, which means that they get the surprise attack. And this is the boss with the hardest name to pronounce, so we're gonna call him G.I. Joe. Let's go, okay. With him, do not waste your time using potions. As you can see, he does always half of your health. So you don't need to worry about using any potions or trying to stay alive.
I had made it out of the frying pan and into the freezer. I thought I was gonna die in this place.
I feel like it's pretty rare for him to ambush us. Like, that's not normal. And it kind of made my timing of how I wanted to talk about that battle a little bit odd. So, oh well. That just seems like my luck sometimes, you know?
Need fire.
The remains of a campfire. With flint and tinder, you could start another fire here. But before we go looking for those things, there's a couple things I would like to point out. The first is this save point here. Of course, always handy to do it to heal up or save the game. We'll come through these doors first. And I obtained our flint. You know, the first time I ever played this game, it took me forever to figure out what I was trying to, like, find. I just stumbled around literally forever, which allowed me to find this over here. If you go towards this door, you can't interact with it, but if you... Don't make me look silly. Don't make me look silly. I'm looking silly. What's going on here? Hold on. Great. Am I crazy? Oh, there we go. That would... Really? You can't see it from here. I tried going there. I couldn't do it. That was wild. If you go here, you get an X potion. Absolutely massive. Fully heals one of your characters. An incredible potion to have early on. And the fact that I had to take so long to find it makes it even more worth it. Alright, let's go ahead up here. Obtain the withered bouquet. Yeah, as a kid, honestly, stumbling around looking for stuff, even if it took like 20, 30 minutes to try to find something, it wasn't that bad, you know? That was a part of the games. But now as an adult, a high potion, we have a hard time with that. It's like 3 minutes in, it's like, what am I doing? Where am I going? So I kind of like that, you know, revisiting childhood games and reminding myself, like, hey, take your time. It's cool. You're going to find new stuff. You're going to miss stuff. Also, if you come here towards this waterfall, I don't know why I call it waterfall, but the water, you get an ether, which is also an excellent item. Fun fact, I recorded a Let's Play of this many, many, many years ago when I was young. I probably only got like 2 episodes in, so it wasn't really a Let's Play. It was like the first couple, you know, probably the first like 2 hours of the game. But I found this chest for the first time literally on accident. I was talking and walking like this, and then it just like snapped over to that. And it blew my mind, dude. It was so good. Those videos are, of course, taken down now, so you can't find them. But it's just a memory I always have when I grab that chest of, you know, when I saw it for the first time. Alright, I think that's everything here. Feel free once again to save the game.
I need food. What do you want?
It was a bad call. Your team lost because of you.
You came to say that?
It's been 10 years. I thought you'd be crying.
Who, me?
You cried.
Hey, wait! Don't go out on me! Just hold on. I'll get more wood. Give me a break!
No time for breaks. It's time to fight Click, our next boss. And honestly, the first enemy in the game that is really kind of a threat, you know? It has moves that will do normal damage. There's no half health or quarter health, depending on your current health. This guy just wants to smack us up, but you know what? We're ready for the challenge. Let's go ahead and keep hitting him. Just straight back and forth here. They're dodging a lot, which is really good. Love to see that. On to the next phase already.
You on my side? Cool.
Using grenades. Certain items like grenades have special effects when used. These items can only be used during battle by selecting the special ability used. Joining us is question mark, or also known as the character whose design confused me a lot as a kid. Like a lot. Using a grenade will damage all enemies. Of course, there's only one enemy currently, and it's massive damage. Awesome, and we're gonna go ahead and use this another special ability. We're gonna do Steal this time. Stealing from Click will get us more grenades. Targeting Titus makes a lot of sense. We're gonna go ahead and use a grenade. And something to note there, if you notice, whenever I hit use that last time, it shifted the turn meter in the on the right side. So question mark. as they're currently listed. Gotta go twice in a row, which is awesome. That's something to keep in mind, is all of your attacks will slide your characters up and down that tracker. And hopefully this finishes Click off, because if not, Titus is probably in trouble. Oh, okay. We're fine. We're gonna go ahead and steal. I was hopeful. But there we go. Just like that. Click is done. And Click is actually the first boss that yields, or first enemy even, that yields AP for level up and Gil, which is of course the currency in the Final Fantasy games. And he dropped 2 items, or 1 item, but 2 of them. The ability sphere, which we'll go over in a moment.
That was close. Hey, let me go!
Redek Drak! Vin, Irisa, Tekika! Bog, Edeku! Kemed?
Fed! Trividak Risa!
Ralmia, Drakisha Dave.
Ik van Petit, van Bonek het verdriet. Kuno.
Kid, it's thy job.
Hey, that hurts!
Usujek, Rain?
Whoa. Okay.
Canis!
Right, whatever.
Tui Hud Kabeg?
I said I don't understand.
Rakonala!
Fed! He said you can stay if you make yourself useful.
You understand me? All right, I'll work.
Immediately bypass these guys and come over here. You do not want to miss this. This is our first Albed primer. Y equals A. These are going to be scattered throughout the land, and just something that not only adds more context to certain cutscenes, but just a fun collectible all in all. Something that we don't want to miss. Also, here's a save sphere to at least heal yourself up some. And let's go ahead and talk to some of these other guys. Obtain 3 potions. Very nice. And let's talk to him.
Oh, almost forgot.
Alright, Mr. Hawley is gonna jump in from the future to save past Mr. Hawley, who, oh man, I got so tongue-tied over this whole section. I think because I had an idea of how I wanted to explain things, and I was also sort of following what the game wanted to tell us, and ultimately I end up mumbling a ton and sounding boring. So future me is gonna be excited, because honestly, there's a lot to be excited about the sphere grid. It is the whole thing that makes the battle mechanics and systems work. The best way to explain it is level up for movement along a path. Each character in our party that we unlock will be a part of a gigantic, bigger picture. And they're all going to have a kit and a system that they're going to move forward on, which is pretty standard stuff. Every character has things that they are designed to do in standard sphere grid mode, which is the one that we are using here. However, since it is a flat playing field, the game actually gives us a lot to work on, to maneuver and figure out how we want to really build these characters up. There's going to be items that we get that will allow us to, at any point, really jump off of our set track and go get more things that we want. If there's a part of a character that I'm thinking to myself, man, I really like this, but I think that they could benefit from a different ability or certain stat distributions, we will have time to do that. Another thing I'll say about this game, and I think I'll get into it a bit later, but this game is really beginner friendly as well. So it's got cool things that you can do if you know how to work the system, but also if not, this isn't really a grind heavy game. There are some parts that will definitely take the time to level up, but if you don't like grinding, this game does not demand it from you. The path that these characters are on is simple, it's straightforward, it will help unlock the tools that will be needed to beat the game. So I find that that's super fun, super compelling. I'm excited to not just share some ideas with you guys on how to play this game really fun, but honestly try some stuff maybe I've never tried before. But anyways, I'm gonna pass it back to Pass Cody, who definitely was tongue-tied and overwhelmed at this point. It did not come out at all how I intended. Look how big this thing is. All right, Pass Cody, back to you. We're gonna go ahead and move, and I don't know why I'm so zoomed out currently. Let me zoom in. And we can use an ability sphere right here to unlock Cheer. Cheer is a wonderful ability, especially early game, that makes Titus always useful. It increases the party's attack and defense, so both physical stats.
We found some ancient ruins right beneath us. It's not active now, but there should still be some power left. We're gonna go down there and activate it. And then we should be able to salvage the big prize.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get to work.
Roger.
Although I do love Titus's going head first type of personality, we're actually gonna return to the ship real quick.
We'll go as soon as you're ready.
To get not just that little bit of dialogue, which you won't normally hear, but if you run over here and talk to him? What? Is that? Oh no! No, what did I fall for? I did not mean to do that. I'm so confused. I thought that if you come up here and talk to him, he keeps giving you potions. Maybe that's just in the PS2 version? I'm guessing so. All right. Well, that's my bad. Although oh no, oh gosh, it all just went crazy, guys. All right. We're fine. We're back. All right, we're back, and we're gonna start diving down, following the red. This is the first time we can talk about the mini map. Actually, the mini map always will have a little red triangle, which will show you the direction that you should be going. Very helpful. It doesn't fill in too much information, but there will be like white squares, green squares, some simple stuff that I'll go over in a little bit more detail later, but this is our first random encounter. Yes, this game has random encounters. The enemy is piranhas. And currently there's a skull of 3. Piranhas come in 3 different sizes. There could be 1, 2, or 3. We're going to go ahead and use steel, which gives us a grenade, and we're going to go ahead and attack, which since there's 3 of them, they actually don't die there. Normally they would. We're just going to go ahead and use a normal attack. And that will be it. And the fanfare. Ah, the fanfare. In most Final Fantasy games, and honestly, all Final Fantasy games, so good. Got a little bit of money, got an item, got a sphere, speed sphere. Of course, is used on the sphere grid to get more speed. And also a little note here, if you would like, you could have your partner here get their overdrive full. I'm not gonna go ahead and spend the time, doing that, but it is an option and something I kind of would recommend. Like, it's something cool that you get to see if you do it, but I'm not gonna waste the time. I'm gonna come backwards though to hit the save sphere. Titus just says, alright, I'll work for you. He fixes computer problems by punching it. I like his personality. I really love his just like boldness, he's very straightforward. Very cool. And we're getting ambushed here. Skull of Piranha. Of course, the first thing I want to do is use steel. Get another grenade. Titus's normal attack's not going to kill the 3. Although I'm going for more grenades, you could just use 1 grenade, which will kill all 6 piranhas immediately. Both skulls of them will immediately go. Yeah, I chose not to do it because I'd rather have the grenades right now, but it's definitely an option. And there we got to see Titus's victory animation underwater. More items, more gil. They didn't see what we just saw. They're kind of going into a trap. Our proper 3rd boss this episode, Tross. Tross is interesting. He's got a lot of cool little facts about him. Well, not a lot, but he can actually be poisoned, which is not really a thing you can do right now. I'm gonna go ahead and use Cheer. If you notice, that allowed Titus to go again immediately, so we're gonna up the attack and defense. Go again. I'm gonna use Cheer one more time. But yeah, he can be poisoned. It will do 0 damage. It's just a cool little fact about him. Also, use your grenades. They're very useful here. 300 damage is nothing to laugh at. His attack tentacles does very little damage, nothing to worry about. We're gonna use another grenade. We got 5 of them, now 3 of them, but we got a lot that we can use. Our normal attacks are also gonna be better. Out of range, out of attack range. Trigger command. Special commands become available in certain battles. Press left in the command window to access them. Trigger command, which you just stand by, which allows us to heal a little bit. Both of them get to do it. And this is showing us that, yeah, there's a bit of movement in this battle system, which I love. It's not just standing on each end. Did just get an overdrive? That's kind of crazy. His back is turned towards us. We're gonna go ahead and use Spiral Cut. that was semi-embarrassing, but there we go. 422, and I'm actually gonna do a normal attack real quick. Allow him to swim again. And now our trigger command allows us to do pincer attack. Attack the enemy from both sides. This way he can't charge both of us. That charge move did a lot of damage. Now he's stuck just being able to do his tentacle move. And we're gonna go ahead and use another grenade. Titus is a bit low on HP, but nothing to worry about. I think this might do it. It did. Wow, that was a very good run. We got another level up. Very cool. But before we use the sphere grid again, let's go ahead and just, as they said, you know, salvage the big prize, you know? And I'm gonna not talk. I'm gonna just let us enjoy this peaceful music for a moment.
Verfutra Erschen!
Tradanukt van een nek. Hoef, roeftu, tungadib.
Wait! Wicheta!
Hey! Hey, I helped out, didn't I? Hungry. Whoa! Right on.
Hey! It's 'cause you eat too fast. Hey!
Hello there. What is your name?
Riku?
Whoa! You really do understand. Woo-hoo-hoo! Why didn't you say so earlier?
I didn't get a chance to. Everyone thought we were a fiend.
We?
Oh, we means you.
Who are you guys anyway?
We're Albed. Can't you tell? Wait, you're not an Albed hater, are you?
I don't even know what an Albed is.
Where are you from?
Xanarkand. I'm a blitzball player. Star player of the Xanarkand Abes.
Did you hit your head or something?
You guys hit me?
Oh, right. Do you remember anything before that?
So I told her everything there was to tell about Xanarkand. About life there, Blitzball, and Sin's attack. And about how Aaron and I were engulfed in this light. I just said things as they came to mind. But then I started to wonder. Did I say something funny?
You were near Sin.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry, you'll be better in no time. They say your head gets funny when Sin is near. Maybe you just had some kind of dream?
You mean I'm sick?
Because of Sin's toxin, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, there is no Xanarkand anymore. Sin destroyed it 1,000 years ago. So no one plays blitzball there.
Huh? What do you mean, 1,000 years ago? But I saw Sin attack Xanarkand. You're saying that happened 1,000 years ago? No way!
Remember to grab the Albed primer if you did not get a chance to beforehand. But if you did, let's go.
You said... you play blitzball?
Uh-huh.
You know, you should go to Luca. Someone might know who you are, or you might find someone you recognize.
Luca?
Ah. Okay, leave it to me. I'll get you to Luca. Promise. You'd rather stay here?
Uh-uh.
Okay, I'll go tell the others. Wait here. Oh, and one thing. Don't tell anyone you're from Xanarkand, Kay? Yevon says it's a holy place. You might upset someone.
Oh, uh-huh. My Xanarkand? Some kind of holy place? Yeah, right, I thought. Since when? Yevon? Sin? Luca? I thought Sin just took me to a faraway place, that I could go back in a day or two. But 1,000 years into the future? No way! Whoa!
Etonic! Etonic!